doom, doom, doom. The new mics. It says new mics. It's not new mics. It's old mics. New mic, old mic, up, down. Hey, now I'm kind of centered there. That shouldn't say neighborhood show, but we're going to leave it as it is because it's not a neighborhood show. It's a Bottom of the Glass Nation show. Look at all those perfectly ass-shaped peaches dropping into that jar. Looks like a Roman orgy if I ever saw one. Well, we got to get going here. Jesus H. Tap dancing Christ. It's time to do some stuff. We got to talk about some things, but we can't go anywhere until we begin correctly. You have to drink and believe every lie I tell you. I have to drink and tell you the lies that you will supposedly be drinking and enjoying. Yeah, that's right. You'll enjoy the lies. They're good lies. They're not bad lies. The Gen X Talks live stream applies common sense to every category on the planet Earth, and in politics and religion and UFOs, ghosts, underwater sea monsters, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, the abominable snowman, and chupacabras out in the New Mexico desert. True story. All those foreign objects that no one's ever seen before. We apply some common sense and we educate you right through them. We're right there with you, lockstep. So, but first we have to drink. Please raise your glass. Look at the Sun Valley Fox has provided the BOTGN. This is the Bottom of the Glass Nation. That's what you're part of. That's what I'm leading us all through the wilderness, drinking our way happily as we go along, just like Robin Hood and his merry men. And look at that view right there. That is the sun setting down behind the mountains at South Lake Tahoe, the $1.2 million view. Sun Valley Fox provided his BOTGN glass. He's got his. Do you have yours? Let's drink. Let's begin. Now, I got to do something tomorrow, so I can't drink too heavily tonight. No. Fat kid drinking out of a straw. Need my suspenders. Need to be at the zoo. All right, let's check in with Gen X Mom before we get the show going.
Oh, my goodness.
There she is, Gen X Mom in all her glory.
No,
well,
I'm like...
I know, you haven't prepared at all. Should we just show your boobs and that's all tonight? Would that be better?
Wow, really?
Well, I'm just saying, if you don't like your hair, I can adjust the camera. I could say, okay, there's Gen X Mom right there, and we'll just stare right there. Gen X Mom, all the stuff you got to say, you can say right to the audience right there. Because it's a boob thing. See how that goes? It's a boob thing.
You forgot to pin the PayPal.
Oh, I did forget to pin PayPal. You are correct.
First of all,
let me handle that. Let me handle my business here. Pinning.
I am working Facebook tonight.
You are?
Yes, it's so great to see everybody.
Where's Disney Kid? Should we fire him?
He's at Disney.
Disney Kid is he at Disney World in Florida?
Yes, he is. I believe so.
Wow.
I believe so.
That's a demerit. That's one more demerit in his file. Why isn't Josh helping you out? Why didn't Josh come to the rescue and say, don't worry, Gen X Mom, I've got Facebook for you?
I don't know if he's got, like...
He has access. He's a moderator. He's a moderator. He could have done that for you.
Anyways, Josh D on YouTube says, just spilled a whole glass of whiskey.
Whoa.
Party foul.
Party foul, dude. You can't be doing that. That's not a good thing. When you're, when people start spilling stuff and we're late and the stars aren't aligning, strange things are afoot at the Circle K, my fine feathered friends, and you know what I'm talking about. All right, do you got anything else you want to say?
I do.
Before we get going
Christopher Sevick says, show in the studio and no studio cam. What the fuck?
I don't know why. Look, you're lucky you're getting anything because we actually drug all this stuff. We've been working in the house. You guys remember 4 years ago where the old show used to be at the dining room table that we drilled all the holes through? Okay, so the new dining room table, no holes in it, but we've been sitting at that table because it's convenient as the house is dismantled. And we drug everything back out here for the show in the studio. Look, Christopher Sevick still complaining. Christopher Sevick, you got 9 out of 10, buddy. Where's the fucking studio camera? All right.
Shy says, is Mama X in Nevada? No, I am not.
No, she's right here sitting with me in the Gen X KGXT studios.
I want to be in Nevada. I'm not allowed to be in Nevada.
She has a fit. Every time we leave, can I just stay? And you and Briggs go finish moving the last part of this. I go, get your ass in the truck. Come on.
Firewoo Dart on YouTube says, why is there still stuff in the studio? That should be packed by now.
No, that's the last stuff to go. That's the last thing it's going to break. Some of the stuff you guys can't see has been taken down. There are bare walls and that, like the American flag that is commonly behind Gen X Mom, is noticeably absent from your view. How come this thing says neighborhood? All right, we're getting off this camera. All right, here we're going to the pics. You got anything else you want to say?
No, not right now.
Oh my God, look, there we are at the correct background. Bottom of the Glass Nation with the bricks, just like it's supposed to be. Doom, 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 doom. For those of you that missed Patreon, if you didn't know, if you're watching this on a replay or you're late getting here, Patreon got smoke signals. It's just $1. All the moderators can put up the links right now.
Uh-oh.
Can Gen X Mom actually put up the links on Facebook?
I can. I just forgot. You know what?
Well, we'll wait.
It's been a while.
So Gen X Mom's covering Facebook completely inadequately. She's supposed to be putting up links right now to Patreon on both Facebook pages. And I'll bet she doesn't have anybody covering X, even though I said distribute the moderators that are left to cover X and no,
you know what?
no.
I got to get the sheets up.
Well, we'll wait. So while Gen X Moms, do you guys like looking at this Patreon logo? I don't. It's a bunch of bullshit. But we have to sit here because Gen X Mom is woefully unprepared.
I got it.
You got it?
Move along.
Are you sure?
Patreon, where are you? Just move along.
This is just like showing up for a date without a condom and realizing, oh shit, I need to make a run to the bathroom and with 25 cents for the machine.
And pasting.
There we go. All right. Now everybody's got the link up.
Trippy did it for me.
Trippy, he still beat you? He's not even moderating. Trippy Pineapple is not even moderating Facebook. He still beats you.
Trippy, I love you. I'm sure going to miss you.
Wow. Wow.
I'm working it. I got the sheets.
All right, so
just 2 different computers going right here.
Wow. That's complicated. Ooh, baby.
Man.
All right. So just so you guys know, we are down in the Southern California area cleaning up and getting ready to get rid of our house. And it's going away. I got to list it and be done with it. So almost all the house is cleaned out. We are not in Minden, Nevada, but thankfully so, because it's almost summertime there. I did check with the Sun Valley Fox. I did check up there and say, hey, how's the weather up there? Just seeing if we're getting to summer. It's kind of hit and miss, he said. And I said, okay. So I called St. Don. I said, look, I know Sun Valley Fox spends all his days outside, running around the outside of his house. She goes, do you want me to ring the bell and bring him in? I said, no. Just take a picture to what he's doing. He's being a little coy to talk about, to use a term, the parlance of our times. He's being a little coy. I said, can you just get a picture of him outside? I kind of know what the weather's like. This is what she sent me. So apparently, coming up, we're not in summertime yet in Minden. No. We're getting there, but it's coming along slowly. All right. I want to jump into something with you guys here. This was a conversation that hit a couple different areas.
Off the screen.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Let your hair down. Shake it out. Be sexy. Come on. It's one of my favorite things you do. Yeah. There we go. Shake it out. There we go. Oh. All right, so that's the show. I'm going to be taking my wife inside now, and we're done for the evening. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I'm not sure where you're tuning in from, but bye.
Wow.
All right, so conversation. And if you talked about bad guys in movies, okay, the antagonists, the scary ones. There's certain movies, they try to be scary. So we got off on the topic. There's like 13 or 14 of us talking about this. And things that scared me, it depends on, wouldn't you agree that it depends on different times in your life? Hold on, I got to switch something here. We should be good now, right?
Nope, there we go. We're good.
We're good now? Okay.
On YouTube, the live has ended on Facebook.
The live ended on Facebook?
It says.
It should have just switched over.
No, let me go to the other one.
Well, let's see. We're good. That was me. This was an intentional thing to switch over to something. That shouldn't happen. Let's see. We get that back on there?
Nope, it's off Facebook.
Well, that's weird.
Dropped it.
On both pages?
Yep, I just went to both pages. Yep, dropped both.
Well, that is odd. I don't know why it would do that. We were
Did 18 minutes.
Huh. On Facebook. Let's see here.
We dropped.
I'm just going to look and see if this is still a thing. Let me look.
We are fine on YouTube.
YouTube. What about X? Did we stay on X? Did we stay on Rumble? Are we good there?
Stand by. We got to look.
Oh, hang on a second. That was intentional. That was an equipment problem. That was me switching something over to make things more interesting for you guys. That should have been a no-brainer. I'm not sure why that quit on you. Let's see. We'll try this. Just try something real quick here to see if I can bring Facebook back. We love you, Facebook guys over there. It should have been. It should go.
Let me
persistent stream key.
Rumble is up and good on X. But
I don't know why Facebook dropped you guys. I'll keep checking back to see if it'll reconnect. It should have dropped you, but it did. All right, so where are we?
It's off Facebook.
Okay, so going back to the program here. Where am I at? And what am I doing? Do. Okay. Bad guys. So when you got when you're on the topic of bad guys, I think it's safe to say that we're affected by how old we were. Wouldn't you agree? And I think some of that, this is the discussion we got on who's the worst bad guy and the favorite bad guy, and which bad guys in movies really scared you versus which ones like made you think about things, and which one did you like enjoy but you skipped over. And it's tough to agree on anything because of, like I said, it's based on how old you were at the time. So does anybody know what this is? Because I got to tell you, when I saw this for the first time, I was very young. I don't remember how old I was. I wasn't like 3, but I was probably, 11, 12 or somewhere in there. And this scared me. This bothered me. I understood what it was. I understood where it came from. I understand why it was happening. And it bothered me a ton. Anybody else got this? And I'm looking. Nobody knows it. Oh, there we go. Danny H got that one. John Powell, 787 checking in. Yeah. Ed Case, he got it. This was, this was tough for me. I remember being afraid of, and you could look around, there was no red lights in my house. There was no red lights in our school. There was nothing like this, no computer issue that was chasing me around, but it did bother me, and it bothered me a lot. And I don't know why, but it was a thing, and I could not get away from this. Now, I'm guessing this is just because I was young. I'm guessing if I was 30, this would have been interesting. It probably would have made me go, holy shit, Hal, I got you on that. But it wouldn't have been as devastating. It was when I was a little kid, that was pretty tough. What about you guys? Same thing there? Did you guys have the same reaction? What about this guy? Now, everybody knows what movie was his first movie when he's a bad guy, and it was Die Hard. And I was on a Lethal Weapon kick there. But this was one of the greatest bad guys ever, but it never bothered me. It didn't really bother me as a bad guy. It was just like, ooh, that guy is a great bad guy. I loved everything he was saying. I loved how he was working it. I loved the whole plot twist was he was just he wasn't a terrorist. I mean, it wasn't a terrorist, he's going for the money. I get it, but it never affected me. It's like, no, okay, that was a great bad guy. Again, older, but I still consider him one of the greatest bad guys ever. Now, here's another one. Now, when this movie came out, I saw this, and I got to tell you, I never was afraid for myself, but this guy's behavior, how he could turn off and on, towards Clarice, he was okay. She knew he wasn't going to hurt her, but everybody else, he was just a mastermind of putting himself in a position, to manipulate people and kill people. And then the whole psycho persona of eating people and stuff. I got to tell you, that stuck with me, not for my own self-preservation. But did anybody else think this guy was a great bad guy? Was it like one of those characters you remembered? I remembered this guy for years. This was big. There was Saturday Night Live jokes. There was internet jokes. Was there internet at the time? No, there was no internet at the time. There was jokes around town, yeah. Everybody was imitating this and talking about this. I just remember for years and years. This is one of those things that sticks with you. Yet people will make a joke or a reference or a meme right now, and everybody gets it. To me, that's a big thing. I don't know. You guys tell me if you guys didn't like him or not. I haven't found anybody that didn't run across that movie and that guy and not and this is the discussion we had. We just I'll show you the ones we were talking about. All right. Everybody knows Darth Vader. Supposed to be super scary. Not super scary to me. I saw this movie when I was 10 or 11 years old in the theater when it came out. Wasn't really scared of Darth. I love Star Wars. I became a Star Wars fan overnight. Like that first time I saw it, I was hooked. But I never thought of him as like terribly scary. Going to, you didn't hear breathing in the hallway and think it was him. I did not feel that way. And I don't know. Maybe it was I smart enough to know that it was in a galaxy far, far away and a long time ago? I don't know. Now I will tell you the later movies, although I don't like the prequels very much. Some of the prequels and the standalone series, Mandalorian and stuff they really do show when they show the Jedis and they show how they operate. They showed Vader and the Sith. A lot more scary in those movies. But there's people that were deathly afraid of Darth Vader. I just was not one of them. I didn't take it to heart, and I don't know why. Now I was, 10 or 11. I guess if I was 6. maybe I would have been afraid of him. But it just, I don't know, never got there from here. Again, we're all having, the reason you guys are seeing these pictures is these were the ones that the 19 or 18 of us that were talking were like the ones we brought up as being the bad guys that hit you in a certain way. All right, what's another one? I got to disagree with this one completely. There was one guy I was talking to that said Denzel Washington's character was the scariest. He was a bad cop. He was a rogue cop. He'd shoot his friends. He'd shoot his partner. He tricked his partner into getting killed. Remember that in the bathtub scene? I will tell you, this movie has some of the cringiest moments ever where you're like, no. And I, grown-ass man, I'm like, I still sit there and go, I know it's coming and don't want to watch it. It has some of those moments, but as the cop he plays in this, I don't know. There was two guys we were talking to who said, this is the most unpredictable, scary, could show up at your front door. This guy would scare me today. I don't know. I don't know if this is the guy. I'm looking in the comments real quick here. Training Day wasn't scary at all. See, Aaron, I'm with you. It was cringy. There was moments you were like, oh, and you were worried about it, but I didn't think it was scary. Dallas should never win. No team from Dallas should ever win. Are you guys even watching the show, or are you guys talking about something else? What's going on in there? Training Day was good, but certainly not scary. Well, Nightbot, we're not talking about the movie being scary. We're talking about him being the scary bad guy, the most feared bad guy. Are you afraid of this guy? I was not. Valerie Walker says never watched action movies. Valerie, you're missing out on a ton. Some of the action movies are great. I'm just letting you guys know. All right, moving on from this one. I did not agree with this one at all, but I had to put it in there because part of the conversation. All right. This one bothered me, and I think there was moments in this movie with his facial expressions I think stuck with me to this day. I was older. I wasn't even a kid. It wasn't like when Terminator 2 came out, you can't even say, oh, I was 9. No, the Terminator 2 is probably my early 20s. No way. This was a scary bad guy. I would not want to fight him. I did not go up against him. And his blank determination, I think it was the first time I ever saw a bad guy that just lost all expression. Well, he was a machine, of course, but lost all expression and then just kept coming. I didn't. I get the other Terminator was a machine and he didn't have expression and he kept coming to, and that scared the shit out of me. And this one was even worse. And I don't know how to describe it to you. Raise your hand if this one hits you differently than the first Terminator. First Terminator was great. And I was scared. We were all scared in the movie, and that red eye and that chrome skull face. I got you. Then why did this one scare me even more? And it did. This guy was worse. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
Mark Bingham on Facebook says Training Day was a movie I kept telling myself, this is not happening.
Yeah, that's right. Training Day was one where you're like, this can't be happening. Every cringy, there's a good description of how I felt. Every time I felt the cringy part coming.
Yeah, Danny H. says the premise of that character as a liquid metal robot, quite scary. Robert Patrick really brought it to life.
Unbelievable. Yeah, just the expression where you're like, God, that guy, he gets shot and just keeps coming. It was even more than the first one. And I don't know how they did it, but this one, little thumbs up or raising hand for me. This one, top 10 scary bad guys. This one.
Johnny and Mary on Facebook are thumbs up.
See, you guys are with me on that. I'm not kidding. This one, no, I didn't say it was, in my 20s and having nightmares about it, but you didn't easily forget this guy. I think that's the best way to put it.
Sean MacArthur on Facebook says T-1000 was a scary villain.
Yeah, he was. But Kate, I'm just saying, maybe that's the way to talk about all these guys. Which one, cause when you're younger, it's more, but which one left an impression on you? And I'm telling you, this one left an impression on me. Training Day, the movie did, not so much the character. Yeah.
Nightbot said I was always scared of spirits than people. The Amityville series got me. Yeah. That's what he did. So
my problem was with that, and I think you know this already about me because I think you feel the same way. We're not big horror people.
No,
it's just not our thing. It's okay. I'll watch one, but I don't sit down. It's not one of my choices. It's just not my genre.
Yeah.
So maybe I didn't get into Poltergeist and
I saw Poltergeist, but I didn't but it didn't continue, I guess.
No, Shocker was one that got me. Anybody remember the movie Shocker? That got me, where he kept transferring from body to body to body, but he always had the limp. So if you think this big guy's coming after you with a limp and you blow him up, if he touches, I think it was if he touched another person, electricity, took over the other body. And now you're looking around going, did we kill him? Did we kill him? There's a crowd of people. And you see a 4-year-old girl limping away. That he had the limp. He couldn't get rid of the limp. So that was the telltale. Shocker.
People were saying Shocker was good by Wes Craven Scott.
Yeah,
Royston
Shocker
said.
just had it.
Zillig said Shocker was awesome. Yeah, people know. I didn't.
That was a very interesting story. Now, I did watch Nightmare on Elm Street. I got that one. Didn't watch all the other ones after that, but I did feel that movie when it first came out. All right, we're almost done here. So another one. This one, nobody agreed with me. Of the 18 or 19 people that I was talking to with this, nobody agreed with me. Not one person. Does anybody know this movie? Does anybody know the character's name? This guy was another straight-faced, dedicated, getting the job done, hunt you down, but he's a real person. He wasn't a machine. I can watch this movie over and over. There we go. Danny H., No Country for Old Men. Houdini, No Country for Old Men. He wrote Sugar. It's Sugar, I think, is his name, not Sucker. Sugar, Old Country for Old Men. Graham Gordon puts it in there, too. Hobo says The Hitchhiker. No. The Hitchhiker, back in the 80s, C. Thomas Howell and Rutger Hauer got to me huge. I should have put that on there. I should have been talking about that guy, Rutger Hauer's character in that one, and I forgot about him during this conversation. See, Danny H. goes, this dude was creepy as fuck. Yeah, this one, it got to me. This guy got to me as someone that you just couldn't get rid of.
Top Knots on YouTube says No Country Bad Guy disturbed me.
Yeah. His name was Sugar. I think that was his name.
Nightbot said he has no soul.
None at all.
That's what he
How
said.
about that flip of the coin scene with the old man and his description of how the quarter went through its whole life to get to this moment? The old man went through his whole life. I'm telling you, there was just you're taking your own breath away watching that scene. Yeah, Gen X mom.
Brian Clark over on Facebook says used a frickin' cow ram to kill folks. Nasty.
Yeah, pump right between the eyes, popping out door locks. I don't know. This one got to me, and everybody I was talking to said, "Nah, he wasn't that scary. You're on the wrong path here." Okay, I guess I got it wrong. And the last one more, and this one, I'm going to tell you right now. Saw it as a kid on TV, very early age. The character that I'm going to show you, for me, was the second scariest part of the movie, not the first scariest part. The Wicked Witch in Wizard of Oz, I was scared. You know what I remember being scared by her? When she was doing the smoke on her broom in the sky. That scared me. In the room I was watching it, I wanted to go hide behind a chair. But the scene for me that took it away, although all the 19 guys I was talking to was the flying monkeys.
Yeah.
The flying monkey scene scared the shit out of me. Like, I couldn't believe, and my parents and grandparents are letting me watch this at 5 years old on TV, The Wizard of Oz, and they're thinking it's the greatest cinematic masterpiece ever. I'm scared to shit. I don't want to go to sleep. I'm afraid of flying monkeys. I walk out for school and I look up at the sky. If there's some witch up there in a broom, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, Danny H., Bob McKinley, Brian Clark, they're all agreeing with you. The flying monkeys were the worst.
Yeah, but I was scared of her too. I will tell you right now, she made an impression when she was flying in the sky. I thought there's no hiding from her.
It was the cackle too.
It was not good. I'm just saying, this is the discussion we had. Yeah, this is how I waste my time with my friends, talking about stuff like that, stuff that came up. That was it. But and there's more. There's way more. We talked about a couple that we missed right now, but it was just, these are the ones that were brought up, and we had to get to the point where we admitted it really has to do with the time in your life. Were you high? Were you drunk? Were you 5? Were you 5 high and drunk? Because if you were all those three things, you were in trouble. You scared shit. Also, Bigfoot scared the shit out of me. I remember I told you guys a story about 4 or 5 years ago. I had a bunk bed in my room, San Fernando Valley, Van Nuys, and my bunk bed was near a window. And I asked my mom what's closer to where we live? I said the abominable snowman, the Loch Ness monster, Bigfoot. I think I picked something else. Yeah. And she goes, well, I guess Bigfoot would be closest. From that moment on, I knew Bigfoot was going to tap on my glass.
Yeah, but Aaron Heath on Facebook brought up one. What about Jaws? It almost stopped him from surfing.
Yeah.
It took me a really long time to go back in the ocean with
Jaws was a tough one.
That one bothered me.
Yeah.
Till this day, if I put my feet in the water, I'm still thinking of Jaws.
I've switched over to alligators, and that's a problem for me because I'm not worried about a shark attack. If I hear the music, if I'm in the ocean and I hear dun 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 dun, I'm getting out of the water.
The faster it goes,
I got less time.
You better get
I got to get out of the water. So I'm okay with sharks, but what's the music for alligators? What's the music that I have to listen for before an alligator attacks me? That's what I got to know. Then I can get out of the water and I won't be afraid of alligators anymore. But right now, to my knowledge, I better know what it is.
What?
It just hit me.
What?
And maybe this is just for crocodiles. Tick, tock, tick, tick, tick.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Wasn't that the crocodiles? You had to watch out for the Smeed. You got to watch out for the. Remember Smeed? I didn't just scream that for no reason. There's actually you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now I'm getting more comfortable. Okay, still got to work on alligators, but now I'm safe around crocodiles. I hear the clock ticking. Get out of the water. I'm good. All right. You see, it's all coming together. The great things that happen here on Gen X Talks live streams. Not only do we inform, we educate. Now you all are safe in the ocean from sharks. You're safe from crocodiles. We're still working on alligators. Do you hear that on Chris Cuomo's show? No. Do you hear that on Hannity? No. Right here. You're welcome, America. And Denmark. You guys all got that one for free. I didn't even charge you for that one. That's right. We're passing along information, baby. Keep drinking. It just gets better. It just gets better. Oh, until you have to sell your stuff. And this is a picture from today. I had to sell some of the stuff because my wife says, no, you're not taking it with you. No more projects, no more stuff. You can see Briggs and my buddy Chris there loading some stuff up, and Riker coming to watch me take the picture and getting rid of things. Yeah, there's a project came with this trailer. He bought some of my stuff that I had, some really cool stuff that I can't take. And right now, all the Sun Valley Fox is going. He's raising the glass right now going, thank God we don't got to unload that shit. Nope, we don't, because it all went away today. So some of the stuff's gone there. What else has to do with moving? There's one for you. There's Briggs. That's a boy, his truck, his dog, and a burger. That's halfway down. That's making our way down. I think that was right off the 88 and the 99. We're sitting in front of the sheriff's, the CHP station right there. Got to let the dogs out to go do their thing. Got to grab some food, gas up, and get going. But yeah, a little break right there for you. What else was there? Dum. Oh, yeah. Real quick story here.
Nightbot wants to know, how many times has the dog been taken up there? Both dogs.
Every time we go.
Every time.
We take both dogs every time we go and bring them with us.
They're so good about that.
Those of you who know what a come-along is, and no, that's not a pickup line at a bar. No. Come-along when it's being used, can have quite a bit of tension on. Did you go check Facebook Personal?
Yes, it's up. That's what I'm on.
When were you going to tell me?
Oh, because you were talking. Sorry.
Doesn't mind interrupting me for everything else.
I'm talking to my peeps over here on
on Facebook Personal.
On Facebook Personal.
So
yes.
You guys know come-alongs can have a lot of tension, like tear off your hand, tear off your leg. It can have, those things snap. So we had a come-along situation. Briggs and I were doing something, just the two of us, and it was getting sketchy and sketchier and the sketchiest. And I said, we're going to have to stop. And Briggs like, no, a little bit more. And the come-along slipped position. That's all. Where the hook was slid down about 4 inches hard. I mean, with unstoppable force. You were never going to stop this thing. You couldn't stop this with a floor jack or hydraulic press. This thing, that's how much it only moved about that far, but it caught his finger and took a chunk off part of his finger. True story. Not even true, it's a story. He's a lesser man as we speak, but he toughed it out, kept working, wasn't a baby. Bump. Anything else before I get going? Come on now.
Let me see. Let's see if
what you got.
I have, Bob McKinley wants to know, is Christopher Seavick the $2 hoe on YouTube tonight?
Christopher Seavick is the $2 hoe.
Mr. Bob McKinley got it.
Bob McKinley, nicely done.
Dustin over on X, common sense, most precious things go in last. Wait, common sense.
Yeah. The
Most precious things go in last.
Oh, that's a reference all the way back to the studio when we're packing the studio.
Okay.
Nicely said. Yes.
Spot and Stock
Unagi.
You
Yeah.
sent 5 Gen X Talks memberships tonight.
Thank you for doing that. Appreciate you. Everybody who got a free membership, please remember you can go after the show is over, not now, after the show. Go to the YouTube page, look for the community section, and you can scroll back through 4.5 years of stuff. Most of it's members only, not fit for public consumption, just for you guys.
Jeremy B., when is the big final show for KGXT Studios so I know when to drop by? You should drop by every live.
Yeah, you should drive every live. You should just pound on the studio door and go, let me in.
Nightbot $1. Just because, I guess. Johnny O gave 20 stars for the moving fund over on Facebook.
Appreciate you,
Danny
Johnny
H
O.
is celebrating 25 months on YouTube. Christopher Sevick for $2 on YouTube says Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre General.
Didn't do it for me that much. I got it. You know, there was some stuff in there. You know what I didn't like too? Everybody had a fit over in the 90s was Scream. I wasn't a big Scream guy. It's like, okay, I got it. I mean, I watched it and I got I realized the suspense, but that's not my thing.
Yeah, Dale Wine gave 50 stars over on Facebook and Sean MacArthur gave 200 stars over on Facebook.
Far out, my man. Are we caught up now, sweetheart?
One more, Scott Royston.
One more.
$5 on YouTube. Halloween, Psycho, Black Christmas were iconic cinematic classics. Handsome General.
I wouldn't disagree with you, Scott. I'm not going to argue against it. I'm just going to say that again, wasn't my thing. Just like some people don't like Star Wars or Star Trek, the space sci-fi stuff isn't their deal. They didn't watch Space 1999. They didn't watch Battlestar Galactica. I got it. That's not your area. I'm not pushing it. And I won't disagree with you on them. There's some classics in there, no doubt. It wasn't my thing. That's all. We can't sit around a fire pit, Scott, talk about that shit for too long. I'm not that drunk. All right. One more thing. We touched up on some stuff. Gen X Mom and I are getting behind this. We're sitting on different saddles and we're getting after some stuff. We're going to start pushing. In between fixing and going, we have our new roles in this big effort. When we move up to Nevada and pushing Gen X Talks into the future, one of the things is getting the store up and running and connected. So I did add some more stuff there because somebody complained we didn't have KGXT bumper stickers. I forget who that was. Who complained about that? You know what? I got to announce that person's like, hey, man, there's no fucking bumper stickers. And I know when you type in Discord, and Discord is just a free chat rooms that we have for old people, but Gen X Talks does have a Discord server, and Tribute Pineapple currently runs that. It's going to be taken over by someone else when he moves on. But there was some guy, hey, man. So I know that when you text in here, there's no voice. But what this guy texted, it sure sounded like, it just sounded like the dude from The Big Lebowski. Okay, yeah, Jeremy B. There's no fucking stickers, man. There's no KGXT radio stickers. So I made a sticker, but I made some more stuff there. Now, right now, what should you be putting up?
Oh, I don't know.
The link to the store.
Oh, the link to the store. I'm sorry. Nightbot for $5 says the dollar that he sent previously was a dollar bill after Mama X shook her hair.
Yeah, she shakes things and dollar bills do fall. I will attest to that. Seen it happen.
Did it for me.
So there was 2 of those coming up. There was another one there. So you had some stickers, some vanity plates, cell phone covers, KGXT shot glasses, and some more shirts. Anyway, that was up there. That's a shameless promotion for stuff like there. But when you guys buy a few things, it really does help us. We don't make a bunch of money on them, but every little bit does help, and you get something for it this way. So save the link and go there after the show and just do us a favor. Buy something. Come on, say yes. Everybody else says no. Be original.
John Morgan for $2 says, we want our purple Twinkie Army t-shirts.
Oh, write that. Who said that?
John Morgan.
John Morgan, go to the Discord KGXT room and write that in that thread. Remind me. If you don't remind me, I'll forget. Yes, I would love to make that. Put that in there. I'll make those shirts. I'll make some hats, some other stuff for you. But if you don't remind me, my memory is about as long as my dick. Okay, so, after 30 seconds or 30 feet, I forget. So please remember that and just put it in the Discord. Somebody put it in Discord for me, Purple Twinkie. Let's go. I have been getting back in some of the stuff I've been doing. I've been trying to compete with Gen X Mom on Facebook. She's taken over Facebook the last 2 or 3 years with the kid, and she posts all of the nostalgia memes. She posts all of it, and heavily on Instagram. Instagram, both Facebook pages. And the problem is she's doing very well. So I said, okay, look, you don't know everything about what you're doing. You kind of still new at this. Let me show you what an old man can do. And just like Danny Glover, stretching his neck, let me show you what an old man can do. I'm pistol shot that right between the eyes, right? Remember that scene, Lethal Weapon? So I told her, I said, this is about 5 weeks ago, I said, look, if I want to put memes on there, I want to put nostalgia stuff. First of all, I'm not going to do what you do and steal stuff from everywhere on the internet. I'll make my own, and they'll kick ass, and they'll be way better than yours. I can't do it. If you look on Instagram or Facebook pages, any of the pictures that have the round Gen X, like what's on your screen here, this one, any of them that have that round one, those are mine. Any of those stupid square ones that look dumb, little Gen X talks, black and white, those are hers. I can't compete. So the other day, I was so frustrated because her numbers are so much better than mine. I don't know why she can tap into the vibe of the people watching and I can't. I should be way better at this than her. And so I decided if I can't beat her, I'll stir the pot. So I started putting up things like this. I started making these things. I made this one from scratch myself and posted it on Instagram. I posted it on both Facebook pages. Sometimes I remember to put it up on X. I don't always remember. And yeah, if I can't have I want to stir it up. I want to get people pissed. I want to start an argument. So if you see some things deviating a little bit on the Facebook page and on the Instagram page, that's just me. When I can't compete, then I'm walking around trying to knock her legs out from under the best way I can. I thought stirring the pot and starting some shit would be good because I don't believe these taste the same. I believe that the tinfoil ones were way better. And these other ones blow monkey balls as far as I'm concerned, and they taste like ass. But I want to stir it up, so this is what I've been doing. She hasn't caught on to all of them yet, but she's going to be mad. Also, in helping me to do these things, I've tried to beat her by enlisting ChatGPT, because if I have like an original...
Wow, you're cheating.
What?
If you're using ChatGPT, you're cheating.
That is a tool.
I'm not using it, and I seem to be doing just fine without it.
Just like Canva, just like Pixar.
Yep.
ChatGPT is a tool.
You are just cheating.
I am not cheating. So I've been trying to come up with original pictures. And let me explain something to you, not that you guys are going to care. But Gen X Mom and I have really been trying to, over the last few years, trying to understand the rules in how how Facebook especially promotes and pays you. You get 13 cents for 10,000, which is fucking dumb. But what are the rules? How do they pick stuff? And here it is, the biggest one that comes up all the time. If you just copy and paste someone else's work, you will not, their AI will know that you've copied and pasted it. You may still get a couple bucks for doing your thing, but not as much as the original guy. Not as much as the original content guy, whoever put it up first. They know. Facebook can look and see who posted when, and the first guy gets all the credit. Everybody else gets less. They will tell you that. Facebook will say original content gets more views, gets pushed out there more, gets recommended, and in the end makes a few dollars more. So I'm thinking I'll go to ChatGPT, I get my own idea, I'll have it create an image, and I'll put it out there. And it's not really been working out, but I'm thinking that's because my imagination is limited. I mean, you can only drink so many glasses of whiskey before your brain cells are fried forever. Dr. McDreamy's working on bringing them back, but for right now, I'm still just a stuttering monkey in the world of Facebook posting. However, in one of my drunken moments, I said, ChatGPT, do you know what a boomer is? Sentence comes up. What's a boom? Paragraph. There's a boomer. Okay. Discounting female boomers, male boomer. Yeah, got that. And I said, take all of your knowledge. This is what I told ChatGPT. Take all of your knowledge, cobble together one picture that represents a boomer. And this is the tight ass, penny pinching, always right, condescending, superior sarcastic, get the fuck off my lawn boomer era. And I told ChatGPT, I said, you can take your time, but I need the AI image. So I sat there for 2 hours with ChatGPT drawing from its entire world resources to give me the face of a generation.
I can't wait to see this.
To give me, to cobble together the pictures, the backgrounds, whatever you think is going to fit, give me the face of the boomer generation.
Okay.
And after 2 hours, this is the picture it submitted to me. Yes. Yeah, right there.
Hey.
A very close facsimile to the Sun Valley Fox, cobbled together as best as Chat GPT could fit everything in one frame. Now you know the face. You think it's Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino? No, it's not. You think it's other boomers that are out there doing stuff and saying things and running around? No. This is Chat GPT AI's version of a summary of all boomer males combined.
What's up with the shirt?
Yeah, it had trouble with it. It had trouble combining all the stuff. It was a tough read on this for sure.
Okay.
The couches are different. The background's a little different. But that's I kind of expected that. You were asking quite a thing from ChatGPT. But this is as far as AI has advanced. Now, just to be clear about this, I could have submitted a picture like this with your brother as the face of the boomers in about 20 minutes. I didn't need to take 2 hours and compile it from data. I didn't need to go through Skynet. No. Oh
my gosh.
I could have done this for you, just so you know. So I am working on that.
So Scott Royston gifted memberships tonight. He did 5, and one of them is Lord Itchy Crotch, just so you know.
Who got a membership?
Lord Itchy Crotch. So you can tell him about his name. I tell him.
Lord Itchy Crotch. That's a guy you don't want to meet. And you know what? If he walks up and says, "My name is Lord Itchy Crotch," I'm not shaking that dude's hand.
Tell him that.
I'm not shaking your hand, my friend.
That is not a chick magnet at all.
No. What? Not a chick magnet?
No chick magnet there, no.
That's got to be a tough one. All right. So here's another picture with 18 and 19 guys talking about stuff coming through. This was just a brief thing. It was on Google and we were talking about it. The different versions of the $100 bill. As they come up, and I was like, okay, I get that. I remember the old one, and I remember that one. Sun Valley Fox, coincidentally, chimed in, and he was part of that group. He remembered Ben Franklin actually sitting and posing for this artist rendition. And as the story goes, Sun Valley Fox got asked to leave the room because he was making Ben laugh, and he's like, dude, I can't paint this guy if you're going to keep making him laugh. So they made him leave. So Sun Valley Fox, but he was there.
As they got newer, did you notice that Ben Franklin's face got fatter?
Yeah. You know what else I noticed? The dollar, when he got bigger, it makes the dollar appropriately so look smaller. The $100 bill doesn't go where it used to anymore, does it? No. I mean, it's not just $100 bill. I could go for a month of Singapore hookers. Now, maybe one.
I don't think Ben Franklin would like this version. I mean, they've aged him and made him fatter.
Well, I'm just saying.
I guess it's inflation.
Good one. There you go. Good one. But I think to make this more accurate, the dollar, the bill itself should have been a lot smaller. I think when you get a $100 bill, it should be about this big, and they go, "Here you go. Here you go, buddy. Here you go." Boop. Little thing like that. Just for appropriate. That's just me. Now, here's something we goes back all the way back to a garage show. I saw this picture. I don't even know. It's new versus old, and they had all these things on here, and I was skimming through them. But this goes back to a garage show. So let me digress back to a year ago, and I want you guys to talk about something. Some of you know, just shut the fuck up. If you already know, be quiet. Just shut up. If you don't know, then you can listen along, all right? Play along at home. This was new and old. Here's a new Dodge key for a pickup truck, freshly cut. And here's the old worn-out key. Now, this is one thing I tried to describe to you guys on a garage show a year ago, 2 years ago. Do you see how smooth and worn out the bottom key is?
Huh. Yeah.
And that was still starting the truck up until it quit starting the truck. And then he or she had to go in there and say that I need another key cut. And so they did. And this is the one they came up with. And now everything's good. However, in the garage show, what I was trying to remind you, So let's say you got 10 years of starting that thing. Let's say you're a delivery guy. You're in a UPS truck or something, and you're in a FedEx, you're a delivery van. You're starting your car, delivering mail, starting 16 times a day. And your key wears out faster than most. Where did all the metal go was on the key?
Into your
ignition
thing?
Yes.
Ouch.
Sometimes I have made new keys at the dealership, at a Dodge dealership, made a new key and put it in there, and I can't get it to turn. And you have to, what mechanics do, the cheap way out, take an air nozzle and just blow it into the key, and it blows it all down the column. Not the best way to go.
Where does it go from there?
No,
it goes down the column.
It goes down the column, out onto the floor, just sits in the column. The column's all covered in plastic, and there is a tube in there. It can go inside the steering tube. It's a shitty way to do it as a mechanic. But the option of that is that the customer has to pay you to disassemble and clean it correctly.
That's not fun.
No. So just so you guys know, this is one of the things I was trying to tell you. Is you guys don't think, well, how come I got a brand new key, but now my key barely turns and it grinds in there? Because you got 6 years of metal in there, and it just builds up in there. It doesn't go anywhere. And a lot of times that happens. And I want to say about every 10th key that I did turned out that way. Not all the time, wasn't even half, but about one out of every 10 keys did that, where it was a problem, because where do you think all the metal went? Anyway, I just thought I'd remind you, and those of you that were watching the garage show that evening, you're like, oh, it only took him a year and a half. He finally got to the answer. Yes, I did. Finally got to a picture for you, but just remember that.
Buffering, just so you know, on both.
Well, it isn't buffering on my end.
Okay, we're back. It was weird. Okay. Oop.
We okay?
Just go.
Just go. All right. You turn off the air in here.
No.
I'll kill you. All right. So that was one there. Now, Jay sent me this. I think we covered some of this before, but here's another one. Pay some bills. Please play Wordle. New York Times gives you Wordle for free. You guess words. It's for free. And you post your answers with the rest of us. And we already talked about Discord being chat rooms. There's a Wordle chat room where you just post your results. When you're done solving Wordle, it goes copy. You go over to Discord, paste. Boom, it comes up there, and we can see how we did. It's a lot of fun. I always win. I win every day. I have to quit playing on certain days because I'm so good at it that people don't want to play anymore. It's actually very discouraging when you go up against me. My scores are amazing, and my IQ is off the chart, and therefore people quit playing. So some days I just skip it to let the rest of you have a shot at the day's winnings. Just to let you know, I'm a wonderful leader that way. Give, never take. That's my motto. I said all that with a straight face, and nobody contradicted me yet. There's people in there blowing up their head going, I fucking beat you every day. There's some days you don't even get the answer. Shh. Quiet.
Shy says, I don't know how to play. Talk to Shy.
Shy.
Have a moment.
You just pick letters. You pick 5 letters to form a word. You spell, bleak, and it'll tell you if you got the right letters. And then you get 5 guesses. You try another word. You just try to figure out where the letters go. It's not complicated. It's super easy. Barely an inconvenience, to quote the parlance of our times. All right. We talked about me with my kitchen design in Dayton, my Snap-on kitchen design. I think that was a great design.
No.
It is gaining support. We're getting momentum. People are chiming in, letting me know that they're all for that. Now, I want to say that I don't like to pick on Florida, but this was Oregon.
Oh, we're going to Oregon
And
now.
I'm not picking on this guy. In Oregon, this guy took a canoe to where he was going on the Willamette, like in Portland, to the mall, carried his canoe and put it in the parking garage and went and conducted his business. I'm not upset. I think this is kind of badass. He's like, what? This is how I got here. This is where you park. Did you want me to carry it around the mall with me? No.
Okay, I get it.
So I'm okay with this. I think the Florida guy would have been carrying it around the mall with him. I'm just saying there are differences. All right. This podcast. Oh, yeah. Latest podcast has been up. The new one comes up. Just look for that. Moderators can link you to the podcast, which is where my wife kicks the shit out of me for a full hour.
Not true.
If you want to hear her make fun of me for drawing on the shower door, you want to hear her make fun of me for my ideas, you want to hear her make fun of me for everything going on in life, it's one solid hour of her beating the shit out of me. And I'm telling you, I put on my my Wonder Woman bracelets and I deflect as fast as I can. And when the hour's over, I'm drained. I'm literally drained. Anyway, good moderators can put up the link on Spotify. The video versions are up on YouTube, but the audios are up anyway. Just Google Gen X Talks podcast. It comes up everywhere. Drops every Friday at midnight. You can listen to it live the day before on kgxtradio.com. Every Thursday, 10 o'clock, we go live. We do it live, and then we, of course, have to edit out all the shit that we are not allowed to put. But it's our radio station, so we can talk about any dirty, nasty, filthy thing we want. But when we put it up for you guys on Spotify, edit. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
You know what? Johnny O has a great comment over on Facebook.
Oh, he does.
Said that kitchen only works if you're the one that's going to be doing the cooking. Who's going to spend the most time in the kitchen? I think that's you, big boy.
I don't like Johnny O anymore.
Sounds like he had my back on that one.
It sounds like he needs to mind his own goddamn business, what it sounds like. All right, this is a podcast. Now, we are talking about Florida here. Right out of Florida.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if this is genius or the fucking dumbest thing I've ever seen. This, I mean, if this works, and it looks like it does, I guess, but you couldn't be very tall. You have to
That's a Sammy Joe truck.
That's a Sammy Joe truck.
She's in the chat. You can just tell her.
Sammy Joe, this is Sammy Joe's first boyfriend ever built this for her and said, go ahead, honey, hop on in. There's going to be some good stuff here, sweetheart.
This is our AC.
I'm telling you, this is the most redneck, hillbilly, backwoods, inbred, Jed, Florida swamp, Gatorland stuff I've ever seen. Until I ran across this.
Uh-oh.
Also in Florida.
What?
He bolted this to the side of his house, out of his window, because he didn't have a patio, because he couldn't have it in his house. It is outdoors. He bolted this to propane tank and all. It is secured on there. When he wants to barbecue, he opens up his window, pulls up at his drapes, pulls up at the blinds, leans outside, whips that baby out, and starts cooking.
Wow.
I'm not sure if this is genius or one of the scariest things I've ever seen. I don't know. I got to tell you, I'm not sure about this, but only in Florida would you pull off some shit like this. So there you go. Two Florida things. You got to hand to them for their ingenuity. That's for sure.
Trippy Pineapple, the inspector.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, that's totally safe.
Yeah, he is
Florida,
a building
where
inspector.
Is that, Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, they probably don't have any.
There's no laws out there.
No laws out there for that.
No, once you get outside of Orlando or Miami, it's kind of like, fucking do what you want. Go ahead.
Dr. Johan says fire season is also barbecue season.
That's true. Yeah, it is. I don't want to be the guy living below him, though, with all the shit dropping down on there. I mean, I guess you could, but not a good thing. So 2 more gold coins have been found.
What?
Now, these gold coins are hitting all over the United States in real physical places. You got to take the GPS and go look. And that's all there is to it, because there's a big round coming after that. We've simplified it, and 2 more got found. Now, I got 3 stories here, but I got 2 coins. So here's Johnny O. Speaking of Johnny O, now his room is decked out Miami Dolphins. I mean, he's wearing Miami Dolphins. His walls are painted Miami Dolphins. I'm guessing he's a big Miami Dolphins fan. But the coin he found was in New Jersey. And Johnny O's way of, because I say, please hold up the coin and take a picture and send it in. He puts it over his fucking eye and takes a picture like, okay, man, here's my coin.
I like it, Johnny O.
And he did find it in New Jersey. Now, when I put this picture in here to show you tonight, I like Johnny O. However, we've had a disagreement over kitchen attire. I don't like Johnny O anymore. We're not friends anymore. So Johnny O, we got a problem now. And you need to be part apology because now you just fucking up my day. But Johnny O turned this one in. And it was, I'm gonna fuck this up a little bit. The 2 guys, what you do is when you go find a coin, you email, I think it's goldcoins@Gen X Talks. You say, I found the coin. Here's where I found it. Here's a picture of where I found it. And here's a picture of me holding it. Every single person who has found a hidden gold coin across the United States has done this very thing. These 2 jabronis, one of them texts me from the website, just text from the website going, I found a coin.
Yeah.
Well, who the fuck are you and what coin did you so? And I don't know which 2 of these was the worst, but neither one of them did it correctly until I'm like, stop texting. Some of them text the GXT shop phone like, okay, am I here? No, you're not here. Email it to where it goes, man. Johnny O was one. Bucking the... Oh, remember the other guy? He called the show the other night. He called in to the Bottom of the Glass show when we had a neighborhood show.
Yeah.
And we were answering phone calls. He calls in and goes, I found a gold coin. Well, good for you.
I think it's great.
Just fucking send it in, man. Breaking the rules, bucking the system. So the other one, and I gotta tell you, I never did get, are we supposed to use your screen name, your real name? The only thing I got was his email, so I know his name from his email. He never said, this is the name you use.
I received, maybe they put it in mine, because I was receiving some information too.
Why? That's not supposed to go to you. So here's the other coin that was found. This is the other one. This one was found, little story here. This one was found in Colorado. This one was hidden in Colorado, in Denver, and it was hidden inside the boundaries of where the Denver Broncos play football, Mile High Stadium. So you didn't have to pay admission. You didn't have to get a parking pass. But you did have to go there during business hours. They shut the gates afterwards. So this dude, who I think is just, I don't know how we know him in here.
I think he's the one that called. Well,
I think he called and he's like,
the
yeah,
one that called
I jumped the fence. I ran past the security going around.
In the hunt for it when he called.
And he's jumping the fence at night. With now there's security guards driving around little golf carts. That's not when you go look for this thing. And he pried it off of there and he got it. I'm surprised he says it was so hard to come off the glue. I'm surprised he didn't take the whole picnic table or bench with him. Just drag it off and get it outside, throw it in his truck and just head home. But we got it. This is the name. I don't know if I was supposed to give this out or not, but he didn't tell me one way or the other. I hope it's okay. Not trying to offend anybody, not trying to dox you, but this is the one from Colorado. So one from Colorado has been found. One from New Jersey has been found. Two more old crusty dudes just like me getting off their ass and getting it done. Breaking the rules, jumping the fences, and coming back and showing you what we got. So now you know that. All right. Doom, 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 doom. And I'm kind of caught up for the evening. Sweetheart, love of my life. I'm kind of brought us back to full center. I made it around to the time, the hour show. I got through it. Didn't change this shit. We figured out who the $2 whore was tonight. It was Christopher Seavick. I'm not going to change. It's not a neighborhood show. No. No texting, no calling, no done. But we caught up on some stuff today, solved some mysteries of the universe. Anything else between the sheets?
No, there isn't. And Michael over on YouTube says, General, you said to email Mama X to give info for when prizes get sent out.
Yeah, I'll let you know when prizes are getting sent out. I'll tell you, but we have to confirm that you got the right coin. We have to confirm what you have. There's procedures, man. There's stuff in here. We fill everything out in triplicate to make sure it goes correctly. Everything's in triplicate. 1 copy's for us, 1 copy's for you, and 1 copy we destroy so the Russians won't get it.
Wow.
Standard practice since the Cold War, and don't think I'm wrong. All right. Anything else you got to say?
No, I think that's it. The sheets are clear. Oh, wait. Nope. I said that one already. All right. We're good.
Well, if that's it, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you the end of the program has arrived. The Bottom of the Glass Nation has drank its last drink. I will raise a glass one more time with you. My carbonated fruit juice in here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for another hour. On a Tuesday, we have some special guests showing up. 2 special guests showing up Thursday night live in studio. Should be a lot of fun. A little surprise for you. And that show's going to run long. I can tell you right now, unless there's a problem with me, that show's going to run long. But for tonight's show, we're going to bid you farewell. Adieu. Thank you guys for tuning in. Not sure where you're listening in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in life. Number 1, wherever you go, well, there you are. Just look down. No one can argue with those facts. Number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out, baby.
Bye.